Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Community Business India, I extend a warm welcome to our members and distinguished guests to our flagship event 2020 DNI in India Best Practice Conference. I am Sharmila Lahiri, Program Manager in Community Business, and I'm going to be your moderator for the day. This year, we are holding the event virtually due to the current situation, and I'm sure you will enjoy every moment of the day. I'm also sure that we are all eagerly waiting for the announcement of the winners of each of the 8 categories. So please do watch it live on YouTube or Facebook tomorrow at 4 p.m. As you post on social media your key takeaways and experiences of the day, do tag Community Business and also use hashtag CB India Awards 2020 in all your social media posts. I now invite Peter Sargent, Chief Executive Officer, Community Business, to welcome everyone.
Good morning, everyone. I am Peter Sargent, CEO of Community Business. I'm absolutely delighted to be sending this video message to all of the attendees of the Community Business 2020 Diversity and Inclusion India Best Practice Conference. At Community Business, we're committed to our mission of leading, inspiring, and supporting companies to have a positive impact on people and communities. And this conference offers a fantastic opportunity to share best practice and to learn from each other as we continue to tackle inequality. I was honoured to be involved in the judging panel for our 2020 awards this year to determine the winners of the following awards: the Employee Network Award, the LGBT+ Inclusion Award, and the Business Leader Awards, all of which were judged over the period 2019 to 2020. The calibre of entries to this year's DNI in India Best Practice Awards was truly astounding. I was so impressed by the innovative work and groundbreaking initiatives that leading companies such as yourselves are setting examples with. This conference is an excellent way to dive deeper into these successes, learning more from all of the finalists and sharing best practice. We know that demonstrating leadership, sharing both the wins and the challenges in a candid way is a key to ensuring diversity and inclusion becomes embedded in our organisations and in wider society. I hope that you will take the opportunity today to share openly, honestly, and to ask probing questions of each other. Reflecting on 2020, we've all had to face innumerable challenges this year, and companies across the world have had to quickly pivot to the new normal, while paying extra attention to the emotional and physical health of their employees. I hope that as a group today, we can reflect on the lessons we've learned during this difficult year, acknowledging now, more than ever, that diversity and inclusion must be at the heart of our organisation, especially if we are to work effectively together to rebuild. So I very much look forward to joining the presentations and breakout sessions today and to learning more about you and your organisation. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. And I would now like to invite Community Business Country Head for India, Vijaya K. Mutt.
Thank you, Sharmila. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 3rd edition of Community Business Diversity and Inclusion in India Best Practice Conference. Community Business is committed to partner with companies to drive the adoption of responsible and inclusive business practices and impact positive change. That's exactly what this conference today is all about, uncovering and driving the adoption of D&I best practice for the benefit of all. Last year, we hosted this event as in-person event, and many of you were part of the celebration in Bangalore, celebrating excellence in diversity and inclusion. I'm glad that we could still host this conference and award ceremony despite the pandemic this year, though virtually. And it's wonderful to see all of you join this virtual conference. Last year, we had 8 award categories, and this year too, we announced awards in 8 categories. We first heard of coronavirus in India and the phase of the entire remote working started when we had just opened up the nomination. Fortunately, COVID 19 didn't dampen our spirits and the plans, as most of the companies continued to prioritize D&I despite the pandemic. We were absolutely delighted to receive great number of nominations. This is a testimony to the great work that's being done here in India to promote diversity and inclusion at workplaces. For each of the awards, we were looking to assess to what extent they were strategic, proactive, impactful, and sustainable, and then we selected the finalists. All 27 finalists were then asked to present before the judging panel. Thanks to the judges, both internal and external, for playing a crucial role in selecting the finalists and the winners this year. In each of the breakout sessions today, you will have the opportunity to hear from the finalists, 20 finalists from 6 award categories. In our mind, all the finalists we have selected are winners and should be extremely proud of what they have achieved. To all our finalists, we extend our heartfelt congratulations and thank them for the leadership and commitment and also for sharing their best practices with all of us today. For those of you attending as participants, I urge you, as you attend the various sessions, do take advantage of this unique opportunity to listen and learn from the experiences of our finalists. Take what is useful, relevant, and consider how you might apply in your own organization. Ultimately, we are all here to learn from each other and work together to make our workplaces more diverse and inclusive. Another highlight of today's conference is our session, Should Religion Be on Your Corporate D&I Agenda? Drawing inspiration from our research study on fostering religious diversity and inclusion in the workplace in India, that is scheduled to be released in the first quarter of 2021, we have designed the session to open up conversation on religious diversity and inclusion in the workplace. Community Business is proud of its reputation as a pioneer in exploring issues relating to diversity and inclusion in the workplace. We were the first in Asia region to lead the conversation on culture, LGBT plus inclusion, mental health, and have seen great progress in terms of corporate focus and attention in these areas. Our This Is Me in India campaign focused on opening up conversations on mental health in the workplace, and this has created a huge impact. And currently we have 19 companies who have registered for this campaign, and they are successfully running this within their own organization. Now we are taking the lead to look at the deeply sensitive subject of religion, one that very few companies have the confidence to address. So do participate in our thought-provoking drama workshop at 3:30 this afternoon as we explore, should religion be on your corporate D&I agenda? Before I go, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank our sponsors. Thanks to our award sponsors, Credit Suisse, Intel, and Northern Trust. Thank you for your partnership and playing a crucial role in the judging process as well. Thanks to our event sponsor, Refinitiv, for your continued partnership in planning these events. And thanks to Intuit for sponsoring the Employee Network breakout session today. So enjoy the conference, and I look forward to welcoming you again for our virtual award ceremony tomorrow as we announce the winner of each award for the first time. So thank you, and back to you, Sharmila.
Thank you, Vijaya. So up next, I am delighted to welcome our keynote speaker, Hitesh Ramchandani. Hitesh is a Paralympic medal winner with the Singapore Cerebral Palsy football team and the author of the book Better Than Normal. which has sold more than 15,000 copies worldwide. He has received the Southeast Asia Excellence Awards, special mention of outstanding achievements for being an exceptional role model to youth all around the world. He has spoken at various events and conferences, inspiring people to be better than normal. His mission is to inspire 50 million people by 2050. I'm sure all of us are eagerly waiting to listen to him. Let me invite Hitesh for the keynote on how to create a diverse and inclusive organization. Over to you, Hitesh.
Hi, thank you for introducing me. Before I start, let me tell you a bit about myself, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to share my screen so you can see my PPT. Can you all see my slides? All right, so I'm Hitesh. I'm a global keynote speaker from Singapore, and I'm also based in India. So I got two homes, Singapore and India. What's so special about me is that I'm born with cerebral palsy. Now, some of y'all may be wondering, what is cerebral palsy? Cerebral palsy is a neurological disorder. It can affect you mentally, physically, and in many other ways. But I'm only affected on the physical part. Now, some of you may be wondering, how did I get cerebral palsy? Let me tell you the backstory. When my mother was giving birth to me, I was actually a breech baby. I was upside down in her stomach, and the doctors were told to do a C-section, means cut the stomach and take the baby out. But they didn't follow the order. They did a normal delivery. And due to that, I was born upside down. So usually when a baby is born, the head comes out first. For me, my leg came out first and my head got stuck in my mother's womb. For 90 seconds, I lost oxygen, and that caused a neurological brain damage. So whenever people meet me for the first time, they always ask, "Hey bro, are you drunk?" I said, no, I'm okay, but I think my doctor was drunk, right? So growing up was very difficult because initially I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk. The doctors recommended that I should use a wheelchair. The education system said I should go to a special school, but I was born in a very good family. My parents believed in me. They knew the universe gave them such a child for a bigger purpose. They brought me up like a normal child. They told me, look, you can do whatever other people can do. Don't ever discount yourself. And they fought the education system and made sure I went to a normal school. Now, when I was 7, I went to a normal school. I couldn't walk, couldn't talk. I would get bullied. I would get judged. People would make fun of me. I thought the older I grow, the problem would subside and become less, but instead the problems became worse. Because when I became a teenager at 13 years old, I became more aware of my disability because you go through puberty and you become more conscious, right? So then I realized I was disabled and different from the rest. Plus, at teenage age, girls and guys get attracted to one another, but all the ladies would run away from me. Too bad the ladies didn't know that one day I'll be a Paralympic footballer, I'll be a global speaker, I'll be working with celebrities, and I'll be running my brand called Better Than Normal. That's why I tell all the ladies, please think twice before you reject a guy. You never know, he may end up becoming the next Shah Rukh Khan or Brad Pitt. Right? So let me tell you a bit about my football team. Can you see the good looking guy in number 5? If you can see the good looking guy in number 5, please put 5 in the chat box. Come on, put number 5 in the chat box. Can you all see? Vijaya, let me know if they are putting number 5 because I can't see the chat
Yes,
box
yes, they are. They are.
for
Yes.
some reason. Right, so yeah, I found the chat box finally. So obviously the good looking guy is none other than me, right? So I joined my team in 2012. My first tournament was in Europe. I played against Austria, Germany, Holland. My second tournament, I represented Singapore in the Asia Cup in Korea. So me and my team were so excited for the Asia Cup because we were representing Singapore. We took a flight to Korea 1 week early, all charged up for the Asia Cup, right? We went there, we played hard, and we came in fourth in Asia. Come on, guys, clap, right? Coming in fourth in Asia, it's a big thing, correct? Put clap in the chat box so I can see. Yeah, yeah. Right? So, Jimmy is coming fourth in Asia. Is it a joke? Is it a joke to be fourth in Asia? No, right? But I forgot to tell you, only 4 teams were taking part. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. So, this is the thing. Life is like football. Sometimes you will win games, sometimes you will lose games. But the point is, don't lose your joy. See life as a game because there's going to be always challenges and success out there, right? So just enjoy the game, and the more you play, the better you become. Now, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to share with you my inclusion and leadership formula, which I usually share with big companies like Bloomberg, Microsoft, and many other companies. I have a formula called ABCD. Unfortunately, I'm only given 12 minutes, so I can only share formula A. If you want to know my formula, give me oh yeah in the chat box. Come on, give me oh yeah. Come on, guys, give me oh yeah. Yes, Shreya, yes, Jyoti, yes, Sandeep, Natasha, I can see. So I'm going to quickly tell you what's A. A is acceptance, right? If you want more DNA, you need acceptance. Let me tell you a story. When I was in Singapore normal school, right? When I went to secondary school, I was 13 years old, year one, and everyone in secondary school in Singapore have to do a compulsory running test to check our fitness and stamina. We all have to run 2.5 kilometer. Guys, can you put 2.5 kilometer in the chat? Yes, Rupa, yes, Jasmine. So I was 13 years old. I went to do the run at the beach. I was very tiny and weak, right? I could barely walk. The teacher told me, Hitesh, you don't need to run. You're disabled. you can go home, we'll exempt you. I said, no, I'm going to run because I wanted to be treated like everyone else. The teacher said, no need, man. I said, no, I'm going to run. The teacher thought I was cuckoo. He said, okay, do whatever you want. So I was 13 years old. I went to do the run. Me and my friends got ready at the start line, right? And the teacher blew the whistle and we all started running. 3, 2, 1, beep. And we ran, right? We ran. After a few steps, I couldn't even breathe. All my friends went ahead of me. I was the last guy struggling. By the time I reached the midline, everyone had completed the run. After a lot of struggle, I finally completed the run. Can you guess in the chat box how long did I take to complete the run? Guess. Come on, guess. Guess in the chat box. I want to see your guesses. Kumar says 1 hour. Yas says 30 minutes. Vanita, 1 hour. Come on, give me more guesses. Uh, all right. So I took Jasmine says 2 hours. Jasmine, if I took 2 hours, I can take a flight to Indonesia from Singapore. So not 2 hours. I took about 25 minutes. 25 minutes. But the story doesn't end here. When I was about to complete the run, all my friends were waiting. So one guy got fed up. He looked back and he shouted, hurry up, man! Even my grandmother can run faster than you. So I went home crying that day. 3 reasons. Number one, I failed the run. Number two, I came last. Number three, he told me his grandmother could do it better. I don't know when he went running with the grandmother, but we give him the benefit of doubt. So that day, I had two options. I could give up and cry, or I could accept my weaknesses, get up and work on it. I decided to get up and work on my weaknesses. I started gymming, yoga, soccer. Every day after school, everyone would go home, but I would train for 2 hours daily. 4 years later, it was the last year of school. We were going to graduate, but before graduating, we had to do this running test for the last year. So with everyone else, I went to do the run, right? I got ready. I wanted to do the run. The teacher told me, it is, you don't need to run, man. Every year you run, you fail. Doesn't matter, you're disabled, we'll exempt you. I said, no, I'm going to run. It's the last year. So the teacher said, fine, do whatever you want. I got ready to do the run. 4 years later, I was taller, stronger, muscular. 3, 2, 1. The whistle blew and I ran as fast as I could. I didn't look left or right. I focused on my goal and I ran. And before I knew it, I completed the run. Can you guess how long did I take 4 years later? Make your guess. Hurry up in the chat box. I took 11 minutes. 11 minutes. So 24 minutes to 11 minutes, less than half the time. The story doesn't end here. When I completed the run, I saw my friend still running. So now I turned back and I shouted, "Hurry up, man! Even your grandmother can run faster than you." Right? I told him back. Right. So tell me what changed 4 years ago and 4 years later. What changed? Can you tell me what changed? Make your guesses in the chat box. Mindset, confidence, paramarchana. So you all are right, but the most important thing that changed was acceptance. I accepted myself and I worked on myself. And if you can accept yourself, you can automatically accept everyone around you. Because that's how you create DNA. You see in others what you see in yourself, right? Ultimately, that's the truth. So I want everyone to put acceptance in the chat box. Put acceptance. So guys, I can't share with you B, C, D. Hopefully you'll invite me to your organizations and I'll share the rest of the formula with you. Now I want everyone to take out your phone because if you're enjoying my talk, I want you right now, go to LinkedIn, connect with me on Hiteshar. You can find me on LinkedIn, look for Hiteshar. This is my email. This is my international WhatsApp. So if you want, you can take a screenshot. Because I know many of you here are corporate people and you all are looking for DNI keynote speaker. So if you want me to come and inspire your organization, just drop me an email. Yeah? And if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, do like, follow, subscribe to Better Than Normal. Do follow, like, subscribe to Better Than Normal. Yeah, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm going to give you 1 minute to connect, follow, like, subscribe before the organizers kick me out because I'm running out of time. If you have any question, you can message me on my social media. But please remember, I only reply to girls. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I'll reply to everyone else. Yeah? So that was my keynote, more or less. Now, what I know the organizers are telling me time's up, but Vijaya, can I take 1 more minute?
Yeah, please go ahead, Hitesh.
Yeah, Hitesh.
Yeah. So, firstly, any of you looking for speakers, just drop me an email, WhatsApp. Now, the more important part before I end the talk, right? Many of you may be wondering what's better than normal. So let me tell you what's better than normal because y'all don't know, right? Better than normal is my brand, it's my book. You can see I'm wearing the better than normal t-shirt. So what's better than normal? Let me tell you how did I come up with this brand. When I was 12 years old, everyone in school used to make fun of me. So one day I got fed up. I went home to my dad and I shouted, "Dad, why am I not normal? And how can I be normal?" So my dad was confused. He didn't know what to tell a 12-year-old guy. He said, "Look, son, you may never be normal because there's no cure for your disability. This is the truth, right? But if you promise me never to give up and you promise me always to work hard," he said, "forget normal. I promise you one day you'll be better than normal." And exactly 10 years later, I wrote the book called Better Than Normal, and I'm on a big mission to inspire 50 million people by 2050. Right, so that's my mission and goal. I would like to thank community business for inviting me here and giving me the opportunity to inspire you all. Thank you, everyone. So now I don't know, but if the organizers say we have time, then we can do one or two Q&A.
So thank you so much, Hitesh. I mean, I was awestruck. Your amazing achievements, your spirit and zest for life, and your sense of humor. I think it's fantastic. You're an inspiration, and I take a lot away with me from this session. Thank you so much, Hitesh.